Hire's 2025 talent retention report found that 32.4% of people who quit their jobs in 2024 cited a toxic work environment as a primary reason for leaving. Working in a toxic work environment is hard, and as many of us know, sometimes it is hard to leave for a job for a multitude of reasons. So, this week's top 10 list is all about how to cope when you work in a toxic workplace, how to manage while you are actively looking for a job, or how to cope with a very difficult transition in a company. Virtually all of our respondents shared that they had also experienced a toxic work culture and found that there were things they could take control of in the situation. Now, our first two tips for our top 10 this week come from Stephanie Hand from New Mexico. Stephanie reminds us that we always have a choice and we do not need to put up with toxicity. While it often feels like we have no choice but to tolerate, she reminds us that we always have a choice. You can choose to keep your job while looking for another. You can choose to outlast the toxic leadership, but you have a choice. And choice is control and a big part of surviving a toxic workplace. Now, Stephanie also shared that when choosing to look for another job, it is essential to document everything before you leave. Even if you know you're leaving, you've got it all set, or even if you know the other person is leaving, documentation is important for you. Sarah Troth from Phoenix, Arizona brings us our third tip. Sarah says to show up every day with your integrity intact, even when it's difficult or when no one is watching. Susan Burke from Lincoln, Nebraska, shared that a former boss once told her, "Don't fill in the blanks." This means not making assumptions about motives or actions because we tend to fill in the blanks with negative assumptions. Ask for clarity or assume the best about people. Number 5 is from Derry Latimer from Winnipeg, Manitoba, who builds on Susan's point. Derry suggests adopting the practice of presumed innocence. Decide ahead of time that people's intentions are good because generally they are. I agree with Derry and do my best to assume good intentions. They aren't deliberately trying to destroy your day. They're doing things that work for them. It feels like they're plotting against us, but in reality, they're rarely thinking about us. It's what they get for themselves. That's the motivator. Assume they are trying to make their life easier instead of trying to make yours harder. Rhonda Strong from Kingsport, Tennessee reminds you to stay out of the drama and gossip. Take the high road. You are responsible for yourself and how you respond to what is happening around you. From Brandon, Manitoba, Sheila Brad brings us our seventh tip. From her personal experience, Sheila says to ensure you stay in your lane, do your job, follow the rules, and maintain professional ethics at all times. You are not only taking the high road, but you're setting an excellent example for the new hires coming in. Camille Berry from Edmonton, Alberta also reminds us to take the high road as well as using empathy. We don't know what other people are experiencing, and it might be affecting the way they are treating others at work. Give them grace. Our ninth tip comes from Calgary, Alberta, and Kay Lieberhertz. Kay shares that a toxic workplace is a reflection of leadership. Instead of looking at others, look to the top. It may help you manage the situation if you can find the source. It will also help you understand what and why it is happening so that you can make the right choice for you. Do you stay or do you go? And number 10 comes from me and is a point I routinely share in my workshops. You cannot control anyone else's behavior. You can't make them act professionally. You can't stop them from gossiping, and you can't make them be nice. Don't take on their negativity. Just because others are doing it does not mean you should do it too. Control your own behavior and don't worry about what other people are doing. It is fun. It isn't fun to work in a toxic work environment. And the number one reason people leave jobs is due to other people. And the number one people stay in jobs is because of the people they work with. Having a great work environment makes going to work so much easier. Don't let a toxic work culture take you out with it. And good luck.